Hello and welcome. This is Professor Immortal with a whiteboard breakdown of the map Haven in Gears of War Judgment. Before we get into that, I'm going to talk a little bit about maps in Gears of War in general. Gears of War Judgment is the first game where the maps are not symmetrical and they're not built for execution. They're made for free-for-all, domination game types, and TDM currently as well. So if we look back on the importance of maps in Gears of War, they've come a long way, and as a competitive player for a long time, I would draw out Gears of War 1 and 2 maps for my team to bring to tournaments. So just to give you an example, I'm going to show you guys a couple sketches. Now back in the day, let's see here, starting off with Blood Drive as shown. I would bring this book or whatever I had drawn the maps out to tournaments, and draw over it with a pencil for strategies with my team in between rounds. And this is a Gears of War, very tactical game. Why did I even attempt to draw Ruins? I'm not really sure. Why was Ruins ever even a competitive map? It's another question. Going through real quick just to show you guys. Here's a security map. I mean, these are like 5 years old at this point. Pavilion, Jacinto. Some competitive Gears of War 2 maps. In Gears of War 3, the maps were still very important and strategic element of the game. Before rounds at tournaments with Team Raw Talent, we were able to use the iPad, so a little step up at that point. Thank you, technology. So there's a checkout right there. So we would talk in between there. Continue to use the iPad, assuming there's some more Gears of War lands, which we all hope that there will be. So anyway, as you saw, those maps were symmetrical. Now, I have the map Haven. It's the first map I'm going to go over. And if you guys like what I'm doing here, please let me know in the comments. Let me know if there's another map you'd like me to break down, talk about a little bit. I chose Haven today because I think Haven is the ideal map for Gears of War Judgment. And I'll explain why. But I think Haven is a successful map for free-for-all, which is good. Domination, which is very important, and execution, and that's the key here. So right now I think Haven's actually the only map that succeeds in both domination and executions with the right swaps. Now, not the default swaps, because there is some still imperfections and balance issues when you do that. So I'll step to the side here and we'll take a little bit closer look at Haven. As you can see, I have thumbtacks representing the cog and the locust. Now with the current settings that I've been practicing with is the NJ Halo version 1 settings. Those settings include up to 2 Lancers per team and everyone else shotguns. So just to explain real quick, the cog team, the blue team, there's 2 blue players. Those will represent the Lancer players, the support players, and the 2 green, the green ones will be shotgun players. On the red team, not the locust, the red team, the 2 red ones are going to be Lancer players. The yellow ones are going to be the shotgun players. Quick little sketch of the map Haven, not the best. And the pink dots are, as I've come to notice, nipples. And I'm sorry that you will not be able to unsee that for the rest of this video. They represent the power weapon spawns. So, first I'll talk about domination. Haven's a successful domination map because the 3 hills, which are going to be here, here, and here, are pretty much equidistant. What I like about Haven is you can set up with your team, and there's a lot of rotations, but you can set up and hold any 2 points. So you could be holding this one and this one here. So this will be C. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is C, this is B, and this is A. This may be B and A. Either way, I'll just point to them. You can hold 2 at any time and successfully win the game. So it's not like there's 2 hills that you're striving for, where like library maybe you want to always hold Snipe Tower and C because maybe they're closer together, easier to defend. I haven't really had that experience with Haven. I really feel like these are all far apart, so you can, hold down these 2 for a little bit. If the opposing team is really putting pressure on C, all right, let's rotate. Let's hold that down for a little bit. It seems to be very fair in domination. On default settings, maybe C is just a little too overpowered. There's a Bushka down here. That might be a little too much. And C, arguably maybe the easiest hill to defend because of its open area, and with Lancers in play, if you get a good defensive perimeter on C, you can hold that down. But again, if the swaps are there, I really don't think any hill is too overpowered, and I think it plays very well on domination. Let's talk about execution, because this is very important in Gears of War Judgment. The competitive community wants to play execution. We always have, and we want it to happen, but we can't. It's not going to happen with the current map selection we have. Now, I think Haven, it actually works, and what I'm hoping is Epic and People Can Fly can really get some more maps like Haven into the DLC for us to play with. So why is Haven a good execution map? Well, for one, it's pretty symmetrical. It really is. I mean, there's a couple different things on each side, but that kind of reminds me of Old Town a little bit. Old Town had a few different paths and ideas on each side. It was a little inconsistent, so that's good. But more importantly, there's a lot of metagame to this map from round to round, and that's what makes execution maps so exciting and building strategies and stuff. So let's talk about one strategy. I'm going to talk about the current NJ Halo swaps we've been doing. So just to let you guys know what those are, there's an ink on both spawns, so each team has the ability to pretty much start with an ink. Over here, the breach shot's going to stay the same. In the middle is a digger, and out here is a long shot. Now, I'm not saying these are the best settings. There's been some talks, maybe a sniper on each side, kind of reminiscent of canals, but they're pretty good. And I'll explain a little bit some of the different strategies. So this map and the strategies I've seen so far really remind me of Clock Tower. So bear with me for a little bit, but think of this as the top of Clock Tower, where everyone would like to go. Let's say Gears of War 1 Clock Tower, the fight was upstairs, and then towards the end of Gears of War 3, when they swapped out the boom for Digger, the fight was upstairs. So if this was a boom shot, I would think the fight would gravitate more over there. Let's say that this is the long street and this is the truck on Clock Tower, and then this is back pillar pretty much on Clock Tower, and where you have the sniper there. Also on Clock Tower, the sniper was back there near back pillar. So anyway, from the strategy so far, it's kind of been Clock Tower-esque strat. So let's look at this a little further. The COG team, 2 shotguns, 2 lancers. All right. Let's send 1 shotgun player over here to start. Now it's important to get that top control. So there's a sandbag over here. Let's get him. He's going to be rushing there. This is just a default strat, pretty much reminiscent of Clock Tower on both sides, okay? There's a Lancer watching back pillar. There's a Lancer approaching the top ring, as my team calls it. There's a shotgun pushing that host spot, you could say. On the other team, we'll have a similar setup. Watching the flank, watching over there. This shotgun player is going to try to get advantage. This Lancer player is going to move top ring, and the real thing to do would come and grab this ink. Somebody grab that ink and come over here. Now, with the carrot setup, the COG spawn is going to have a little bit more of an advantage because they do have the ability to grab that ink right away. The red team has to choose to take a longer route in order to get that ink. So it is a little unbalanced, not fair, but Haven's in the right direction for Gears of War Judgment maps. And this is really looking like a typical 3-1 strategy that we're used to, or maybe a 1-2-1 because of the separation. Now, where this strays away from Clock Tower, and I'll stop referencing Clock Tower now, excuse me, is where this person can't help the rest of his team, really. He's kind of out there watching that flank. So, this 1v1 spot, maybe they're going back and forth here, but that's one strategy. Now, let's say this happens in 1 round. The reason why Haven has been successful to me in execution is you can run something completely different the next round and catch your opponent off guard. And it works in that sense. So, let's reset. That was the default strat. You guys follow. Alright, let's reset a little bit. Send these guys back to spawn. It was a stalemate. Remember, Digger's down low. Let's make a Digger play. Okay, we want to get Digger. Let's not worry about that. Let's get 4 together. Let's try to overwhelm them. Let's not even worry about the flank. Let's overwhelm them. By the time that guy gets around on the flank, let's already be on their side. Let's try to capitalize on this 4v2 situation, hoping they're running a default strat. So okay, so here we go. So we'll be the red team again. So here's the red team strat. Shotgun player, underneath, straight to digger. Another shotgun player is going to go up top. Both Lancer players are going to go up top. Cog team's going to run that same default strat. So this guy notices nobody's there. He's going to move down. This Lancer player's over here. He doesn't see anybody. He's going to go for sniper. He's busy doing that. And here come these two players. Alright, so here's the play. And this is what Gears is all about. It's capitalizing on your advantages. It's throwing in the curveball plays. And Haven allows you to do that where the other maps don't. Basically because of the imbalance of spawns and the imbalance of weapons. But again, you see the symmetry on Haven, and it still works for domination. So here we go. This is a 4v2 situation. You got 3 players up top. Maybe some spot grenades, smoke grenades are going over. This guy can grab digger. He can start launching digs up. These two can be very aggressive. Push their side. You know, let's eliminate these two guys. 4v2 situation. You guys know how it works. By the time this guy picked up sniper and he's flanking, you know, these guys are migrated together on their side of the map. This guy may go for breach. Maybe they'll clutch you with some headshots, whatever. But there's a typical play that you can throw in the mix. Let's reset a little, and we'll do one more example of a play because I'm kind of having fun. All right. So let's be on the blue team this time. Blue team is, I know they're going to send one guy to sniper. Let's grab Ink, let's double team him. You guys play passive in the back. Let's capitalize on this 2v1 situation. Alright? So let's get a Lancer and a shotgun player moving this way. And let's get that one of these players to grab an Ink. Okay? Let's get a Lancer player to move up, watch mid-ring, and let's get a Shoddy player to watch flank. Now he's just kind of playing defense on this side, making sure, you know, keeping them at bay. He's playing a little defense here. This team is going to run, you know, a base strat, or maybe even a digger strat, whatever. But whatever they're doing, it's not sending 2 to snipe. So, you know, this guy can come in here. Maybe it looks open. This guy's hiding. He's hiding back pillar. Throw the Ink behind the door. 2v1. Guys, we got a 4v3 situation. Slow down. These players might be advancing. He's going to back off. They grab digger. You know, this guy can swing around. These two can opt to back up as well. Rotate over to breach shot, whatever. 4v3 situation. It's all about numbers and gears. Haven proves that the gameplay, how do you say, the metagame is there. Able to come up with those strategies on the fly. Go into the game saying, here's strat A, strat B, strat C. Now, I'll just give an example. I don't have these maps up right now, and I'd love to do more content like this if you guys want. But Streets, as of now, is the other execution map we've been playing, and you know, the spawns are so close together that you're just meeting at that mid room right away, where there may be a power weapon, there may be incense or something. There's really not much metagame to come out of each round. I mean, yeah, we have to contest that, and like, there's really not much else to do. The asymmetry on that map, I mean, it's just right there. You see each other right out of the gate. You want to get in the fight right away, but the success of Haven, in the sense that, you know, it allows for both game types to have successful playthrough, is I think what we really need for Gears of War Judgment. So I'll stop going on here. I hope I guys open your eyes a little bit on why Haven is actually the ideal map for Gears of War Judgment. Leave your comments in the feedback. This is Professor Immortal. Thank you guys for watching.